Okay, so now we finished the presentation, and I would like to see if we have enough time to do some work. But I see many people, so I'm not sure if we will succeed in terms of the activity I planned. So when I came yesterday, the size of the room was half, and I and I prepared activity for just this side of the room. Now I see, so I don't know if it will work. We have been talking about the different types of content, the need to classify and to identify carefully the type of resources. And remember that I put first a spectrum, a linear spectrum of types of possible types of content. Now I put these 2 dimensions on the possibility to arrange the different types of content. So I put these 2 axes. On one side, one axis will focus on the orientation of the content. If the content is subject oriented or is competence oriented. I don't know if here in Hong Kong you are also facing key competences instead of subject content. Are you moving to that? Or maybe this is too European-centered curriculum. It could be also a cultural bias in this side. But are you also discussing this idea of key competencies?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a kind of matrix way of sort of thinking about the curriculum. So on the one hand, we have subjects.
Yes.
On the other hand, there is what we call the generic skills.
Generic skills, right?
The generic skills, which is the competencies.
Oh, okay, good. So the other axis is considering the level of interactivity of the grades or the grades of freedom that the content gives to you. So on the bottom is directed interaction. It means you only have a few options to move through the content, or and at the top you have completely freedom to move inside the content. So considering those 2 axes, we could arrange a kind of map where to put the different categories or main categories of content. I have identified, because I was counting on the tables I saw yesterday. So now I missed some task for the other. We could maybe double some of the activity. And I put these different types of categories of families of content. So drill and practice is it sound to you? Drill and practice materials or presentations. Well, presentations is clearly reference content. So it means, for me at least, it means encyclopedias, atlases, or this kind of resources. Serious games. Did you use this term to identify some digital resources, simulations, telecollaborative projects? Knowledge form could be one of those kind of tops. I mean, again here some tutorial and web-based activity. There could be other types of content. So maybe you could help me to add, to include I miss something. For instance, I miss one that are the more general tools, and in order to show what I was expecting are the productivity tools from word processor till geographical information systems. So this large, this enormous variety of ICT tools. So when I think in productivity tools, I think that they focus basically in competence and on skills, and you have very open interaction. So you are a student or teacher is a content creator and works with the productivity tool with all the possibilities that allows the different menus and options of these tools. So you are on this side of on the upper side of this diagram. So this was the idea of doing that. So now what I will ask by grouping each table is to work in one of those categories, please, one of those categories, to discuss in which side of the map you will put this category, in which part, nearby, the center, here, I don't know. And finally, to give us some input where you will put this category. If we didn't have enough time to do this during this 25 minutes spare time, we have the forum in Link, where we could continue this discussion, because it's not maybe with this large number of audience it will be difficult to define, but to finish during this half an hour time. But I don't know if I explained it well here. Well, this is an example of just productivity tools. This is an example of what I expect to produce, this a kind of cartogram. You see, so not with so many categories, of course. This is a cartogram of countries and population. But you know, in a map, you have 2 dimensions, 2 axes, and in these cartograms, the size of the country represents the population compared with the other countries. So at the end of this exercise, what I expect is that we map the different categories of content, and second part is to make the size of the bubble, based on when you do a search on a search engine, like choose one search engine, and make the size of the bubble depending on the number of items the search returns to you. When you ask for tutorials for learning, not just tutorials, tutorials for learning, I don't know how many millions hits you will have, and then you could make the bubble in a comparative size, and see if at the end, if we produce this cartogram, and see if all the types of content are used or in order. Well, my feeling is that in order to give a good learning environment, we have to combine all the different types of the categories of learning types, but not in the same proportion that they are developed. And there is a long discussion there if what's the appropriate amount of time devoted to each of the different categories of resources.